In a research conducted by Technical University of Munich, the more a child plays, the better they learn. Hi everyone. As the head of my young family, I have only issued 3 executive orders. An executive order simply means that there is no discussion on the matter at hand. The decision made by me is final and binding. Ignore the first 2 because they are a story for another day. The third one was simple, that none of my children will ever attend school on Saturdays or weekends or during the public holidays for that matter. This is perhaps limited to primary school because if they ever attend a boarding secondary school, they will be out of my control. Although I don't favor boarding schools that much. But circumstances such as school facilities, schools' competitiveness among the students, but most importantly, exposure, may lead us to send them into a boarding school. But why don't I completely want my students to attend school on Saturdays? My reasons are simple. Number 1 is that there is a misconception among Kenyans and other people in the world that the more a student is exposed to learning, school time, books, revision materials, the better they become. Children learn to talk, make friends, exercise, and acquire the basic skills for formal education such as concentration, imagination, self-expression, and retention of useful facts through play. Let a child play today and ensure he is happy, useful, and healthy future. This is according to Professor Freda Kim, the World Play Day founder. This simply means that the opposite is true. The more the kids play, the better they become in terms of academics. It is my belief that this is one of the reasons why most Kenyans don't read anything else after completing school. The last book most Kenyans read was the high school set book. We rarely read for leisure. Our minds have been tuned to believe that the only time we should be reading, or rather the reason for reading, is if there is an exam ahead. According to Suni Bindra, a Daily Nation columnist, one should read at least 12 books a year. That is, at least 1 book per month. I must admit that I have really struggled with this, but I am almost making it. Reason number 2 is the underestimation given to relaxing, recalibrating, refocusing, reviewing the week that was. So much is this underestimation to the extent that some schools did not release the Form 4 candidates in the just concluded May 2022 half-term. Nothing gives me more joy than seeing my children wake up at their leisure on Saturdays. Sometimes at 9 a.m. having slept and slept and slept until there is completely no more sleep. This gives the children something to look forward to every weekend, since it is sometimes a struggle waking up every weekday at around 6:30 a.m. And this is very important. And just like someone stated, never ever underestimate the importance of having fun. Kids should also be allowed to have 1 day in a week for nothing else but fun. But we see as if this relaxing, playing and doing other things other than reading as a waste of time. But it is not. In a research conducted by Technical University of Munich, the more a child plays, the better they learn. But we want to deny these young ones a chance of playing and occupy them full time with books, falsely believing that that is the best or only way to ensure good performance. Let them make chapatis out of mud, roll balls.
Mama in the kitchen cooking chapati. How many chapati do you want? Nataka chapati gapi? Mimi nataka chapati gapi?
Run in the compound, do some gardening, wash their clothes and shoes, carry out emptying and filling activities, ride a bike if they have one, waendeshe mbarambara, taya, wacheze vya koko, hide and seek with the neighboring kids from other schools. Let them read the newspaper for the day, or anything outside the formal curriculum, among other activities. All these activities are extremely important to the life of children, and I cannot allow them to be robbed of all these in the name of schooling or education or tuition. Formal education and these other things are equally important, and none of them should take the time of the other. I have regrettably even seen nursery school kids, PP1 and PP2 pupils, go to school on Saturdays. This is completely unbelievable and unacceptable. According to a recent article in the Daily Nation about celebrating African culture, on Fridays, Pupils at Children of Freedom School in Lanet, Nakuru County wear African attire as part of the uniform. This is one of the most progressive ideas that I have seen from the education system. But what I noted most is what one of the students said. We love Fridays because we get to dress in a casual and fun way. It is a wonderful way to unwind after the hectic school week. Underline the words hectic school week. And someone wants me to add one more day for my kids, a Saturday. Give me a break about that. And this goes hand in hand with reason number 3. If the government allows individuals, adults, to work for 5 days and relax for 2, why do we think it is any different for the children? At number 4, I must also admit that my mom has had an influence on this decision, since she also made sure that my younger sister, currently a YouTuber, never attended school on Saturdays. In fact, the only time she started attending was when she was in class 7. I called my sister to get her opinion over the issue, and without a doubt, she was too happy for what my mom did to her. And my mom continued with the same influence on her, and recently when she was in her attachment, she categorically told her not to go to work on Saturdays. After all, they were not even paying her. But with or without the payment, it is important to have the weekend for oneself. Wake up the time that you feel like. Relax. Go for an outing. Play with your kids. Let them give you silly stories, among other activities. But in conclusion, allow me to add one more thing. And because I am an honest individual, and as a teacher on the ground, this thing of Saturday classes, or rather tuition or remedial classes, is not purely about helping the students. In my considered opinion, it is approximately 50% about teachers trying to make that extra coin, and the other 50% about trying to cover the syllabus and assisting the students. Thank you so much. I'm out.